20-year-old kids and they're all acting up. 20-year-old guys. All right, we sound good. Buckle up. This one should be fun. Kind of like the man-child era. So this is fun.
I don't want to forget this thought because I want to post it, so I'm just going to make it while I drive. I would love to know when a 22-year-old male started to be considered a kid.
Yeah.
I hear now, oh, this 20-year-old kid. 100, 200 years ago, at 20 years old, you had a kid or two and a full-time job and were married. Like, I don't know when early 20s started to become merged with teenagers and just everybody's a kid until they're 30. At 21, I don't feel like a kid. I feel like an adult. Like, I don't consider myself a kid. I just think that is so strange. And I also think it kind of gives kids this age an excuse to keep procrastinating doing things and to not really grow up because they're still a kid.
Oh, the kid excuse, the classic, dude. Actually, I'm going to blame it on school. Because when you think school, you think duck, duck, goose. That's what I think when I hear school. And you want to go back 100 years ago, I'm not exactly positive on this statistic here, but I'm pretty sure college didn't become an actual real thing until the last like 40 years. That's when college became really in the 80s and 90s. College became hip. So like if you're going to school, it's already like an association with being a kid. I mean, really think about it. Think about it. You got 6-year-olds in Indonesia sewing Nikes. They're going to work. Okay? It's safe to say that 6-year-old, by the time he's 15, he's a full-blown man. He's grown up. But think about it like this, right? I got crazy cousin Nestor sitting in with me. He helps run this channel. When I was 15, I started working at 14, illegally helping my dad with his business. By the time I was 15, I had a job at Domino's. That was part of, my parents gave me everything in the world, but I had to go learn how to make my own money. Now, put it to you this way. A lot of my friends, some of my friends, also had to have jobs. But the other half of my friends, they didn't get their first job until after college. It was I call it the extended summer program. So this is a big thing. Nestor, tell me if you know any kids like this. A lot of kids whose parents they're well off, as long as they're in school, their parents will pay for their life.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen this?
Yeah, firsthand.
Firsthand.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a real fucking thing. But remember, school is associated with being a kid. So the longer people are in school, the longer you're going to feel like a child. And also, let's be honest here before we hop into the comment section. Let's be real. When you're fucking 18, what job? Put your phone on silent, dog. What you doing? You ruined the whole show. No, I was kidding. When you're 18, what job are you getting that's going to afford you to be an adult? I'm serious. That's kind of out the window. Like, good fucking luck. But I'm going to associate that all with school, honestly. All right, let's read the comments, see if we can get to a better understanding. I'm 20, and I still feel the same as when I was 15. Okay. I'm 35, and I still skateboard. Okay, so I get that. Okay, they infantized young adults to ignore the fact that society has robbed us of agency and independence with this recession. Yeah, it'd be totally different. When I was 20, I moved out for the first time, and I had roommates, 2 of my friends, but we were paying $600 a month in rent. I could easily feel like an adult, and I didn't go to college. So, and I had to have a job. You know, my parents cut me off. I didn't have the extended summer program. Why do you think people have so many master's degrees? I get some people pay for it themselves. I understand that. But a lot of that is the extended summer. Don't fucking believe me. Don't believe me. You're a kid for driving, being on the phone while okay, whatever. All right, let's get down here. Because a lot of people in their early 20s, 20 to 25, are still hella immature and typically live at home or they're broke. They also look super young to anyone over 40. Yeah, not to mention, you're not going to get a... okay, let's rewind it like he said. Let's just go 40 years ago. When you were 18, you didn't have to have a credit score. You get what I'm saying? You didn't have to go to college. Like my mother, she's passed away now, but my mom didn't go to school, ended up being a manager at a big-time billion-dollar boys club law firm. They represented Walgreens. No degree. My dad was making $10,000 a month selling Saturn cars. They don't even exist anymore. Saturn. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? No college degree. My dad couldn't even use a computer. He was smart, but not like... So that's kind of out the window. You know what I mean? Like, that's way, way gone. Like, you have to be so bold nowadays. Not to mention, look what I'm doing here. I got to talk on the internet to make money. I think they started becoming a thing when things got much more expensive. Yeah. Remember, kids, don't listen to strangers on the internet. Never grow up. Always feel childlike, joyous people saying that you have to grow up and be an adult or just miserable. Yeah, I agree. I still skateboard. I still have my inner child, my dinosaur, if you would call it. But I think he's more talking about, like, money-wise. You know what I mean? I think that's more what he's talking about. It's even worse when, like, if I'm 33 and I still have to have my mom pay for stuff, I'm not going to feel too good about myself. But that's where the world's coming. It's not like 20-year-olds. I say this all the time. You're 22. You're fucking 22. Do whatever you want. Like, what are you going to do? I'm 23 and still a kiddo. Couple more years and I'll be ready for a job. See, this is where I'm getting at right here. We're going to end on this note. That's what I'm going to leave his link down below. But, like, Nestor, how old were you when you had your first job?
17, 18.
Okay, 17, 18.
Yeah, delivering pizzas.
Okay, but let's rewind this back. This dude that we just watched wants to bring up 100 years ago. Bro, you were working at 10. You were working at fucking 10. Yeah. Let's really do the math on this. You start working every day at 10. School doesn't even matter. 100 years ago, school was like secondary shit. They didn't care. They're riding horses to fucking high school, dude. Okay? That's a real thing. At least in Florida, that was a real thing. By the time you're 20, you've worked 10 years. Now let's look at Nestor. He starts work at 17. By the time he's 27, what are you, 28?
28 now.
Now he's becoming 10 years of working. He's now becoming a man.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Same thing with me. I started working at 15. By the time I was 24, 25, that's when I felt like, okay, I know how to pay for everything myself. I don't have to ask for shit. I'm giving my parents money. That's the truth. But it took me 10 years. I think that's, and so you start working at 22. You just got out of college. It's going to take you 10 years to feel like a real fucking adult. How many kids do their fucking laundry at 15? Not many. Not in my household. My mom go, you gonna break my washing machine? I don't think so. I wasn't even allowed to do my own laundry until I moved out of my own house because she didn't want me breaking the. Do you get what I'm saying? It wasn't even allowed to touch the air conditioner. Anyways, solid talk. I think we got to the bottom of it. Shout out to everybody who bought some gold. We are doing a giveaway. If you want to be a man, an adult, we're giving away a $500 gold coin, a 10th ounce gold coin, Atlas Bullion. Leave the link down below. The way to enter that, if you've already bought some gold using my link, you're already entered. We're going to announce the winner on July 4th, Independence Day. Become a man, okay? Even if you're a woman, you could still become a man and grow up. Solid talk. Unreal. Getting the hell out of here.